There could be traffic chaos at Tweed Heads from early tomorrow. The border is closing at midnight and police are warning of long delays for every vehicle crossing into Queensland. Everyone will be stopped until a permit system is sorted out. In just under 6.5 hours, freely travelling between the Gold Coast and Tweed will be a thing of the past. Police setting up RBT-style checkpoints. Every car coming through from 12:01 a.m. will be stopped.
So people can expect very, very long delays in this.
There are 14 roads that cross the border into Coolangatta and Balinga. All but 3 will be blocked, with access only on the M1, the Gold Coast Highway and Griffith Street. If you don't have a legitimate reason to enter, you'll be turned around or ordered to quarantine for 2 weeks.
I make no apologies for protecting Queenslanders' health.
Every car that's coming across the border, or every vehicle indeed will be coming across the border, will be subject to scrutiny.
Essential workers are allowed, so are those with doctor appointments or on compassionate grounds. If you have a court order or providing an emergency service, those residents will be given permits or stickers for their cars. The state government's still in the process of developing a simple system, possibly an online exemption process.
Once a person using a vehicle is given their exemption, that's it, they don't have to do it again.
If you live in New South Wales but need groceries in Queensland, that is also okay. So is dropping kids to school or daycare. Trucks transporting essential goods will be given priority.
We're under a state of disaster for the entire state at the moment. We're planning for months of this, not for a couple of weeks. Our planning around this is sustaining this for as long as up to 6 months.
Ignoring the rules could come at an enormous cost, fines of more than $13,000. But the border residents are assured they have nothing to fear.
If they've got bona fide reasons to cross the border, be it for work, be it for going to the doctor or taking kids to school or doing all those things, they'll be allowed to do that.
Well, businesses on the border have already been doing it tough, and the closure could send many to the wall.
Most operators on Griffith Street were still open for business today, but there were barely any customers.
People are cancelling because they're just thinking it's too risky.
The usually bustling hub on the border stands to lose all clients from Tweed and beyond.
Interstate is Coolangatta just at the end of the street.
Flowers, tea and gifts lost all orders for the year.
We're quite low, yeah. It's scary numbers.
Creative Hair & Co had bulk cancellations overnight.
It's just like drip feeding, you know, we can't get as much money in as we need.
Staff at Get Hooked Seafoods are desperate for business.
Get hooked on seafood! One of the staff said the other day, if this means I'll keep my job, I'm going to do anything. So we just want people to know we're open.
These locksmiths have staff working either side of the border to respond to emergencies.
Quite busy since everything's happening. Everyone wants to lock up their doors.
Currently 8,000 Tweed residents work in Queensland and 5,000 Queenslanders work in Tweed, creating major concerns for employees. Igor is an Uber Eats driver and usually delivers both sides of the border.
I don't know how this is going to work. I'm pretty concerned about it.
Travellers landing at the Gold Coast airport after midnight are warned they'll be questioned by police on arrival. To reduce confusion, the Tweed Mayor is calling for an urgent national lockdown.
The longer we delay that first surge, the better we're going to be equipped and supplied.
Crystal Etherington, 7 Gold Coast News.
Well, Mac Lyon is at the border tonight. What's going to happen there in the coming hours, Mac?
Well, Amanda, that is the big question. How will this all work logistically? In the last few hours here this afternoon, we have seen a truckload of orange barricades arrive in the back streets of Coolangatta, and they will be used to block off those roads, those 14 roads that intersect the border here in the Gold Coast region. The other 3 will stay open on the Gold Coast Highway, the M1, and here on Griffith Street, and that's where police say they'll be setting up those RBT sites. Now, the other difficult part of this whole process is the exemptions, trying to work out who should be coming into Queensland, who can come into Queensland, and who has to be turned around or sent into quarantine. Of course, to reassure all of the residents that live on either side of the border and have to cross to get to work or to school, they've been assured they'll be okay to travel, but it's getting that exemption process rolling. It's getting those border passes, whatever they look like, stickers or stamps or stickers for the car, I suppose, is what they're suggesting. But when will we see those on those cars that will make this process quicker? Because at this stage, police are saying every vehicle will have to be stopped, and that is going to mean some lengthy delays in the days to come.